is the role of the endogenous opioid system in compulsive behavior in rodents that were prenatally exposed to oxycodone. So, as we're all aware, we're currently in an opioid crisis, and according to CDC, from 1999 to 2001, nearly 645,000 people have died from overdoses. And also, according to the CDC, approximately 221 people die daily in the USA from opioid overdose. Another problem that has stemmed from the opioid crisis is that a lot of women of reproductive ages, they also misuse opioids. And this prenatal opioid exposure has increased by 333%. And it's incredibly large number from 1999 to 2014, and this is sadly trending upwards. So prenatal opioid exposure has a myriad of effects on the offspring. The first effect I'll talk about is it has long-lasting changes to the fetal brain function and also structure. Some of these fetal changes entail reduction of myelin, alteration in the opioid system. There's also neurobehavioral outcomes, such as deficiency in whether it be motor or cognitive. And what our lab is interested in is a prenatal opioid exposure and that impact on vulnerability to substance use liability in adulthood. And I quickly jumped over this one, but I will try to drill it in as well. So there's also an impact on the development of different neuropsychiatric disorders as a result of opioid exposure in utero. So the endogenous opioid system plays a key role in reward and also in addictive behavior. So the endogenous opioid system consists of both opioid receptors, those are endogenous opioid receptors, which I have shown here. So you have, see if my hand is not too shaky. So the delta receptor, the mu receptor, and the kappa receptor, and they bind to specific ligands. So you see the ligands shown here, dynorphins for the kappa, beta endorphins for the mu receptor. And these receptors are involved in reward and also tolerance to different opioids. And in this schematic, it shows you that the mu opioid receptor is involved in those increase in that dopamine level in the mesolimbic system, while the kappa is impacted by decreasing that dopamine level. So there are numerous exogenous opioids. So when we think of opioids, everyone thinks of fentanyl, morphine, and even oxycodone. And oxycodone is identified as one of the most desirable prescription opioid. And it is one of the major contributors to the opioid epidemic in the United States. And also to drive in, so the endogenous opioid system is found distributed throughout the central nervous system and also the peripheral nervous system. And there are numerous studies have shown that the different genes for the opioid receptors are found here. So two key genes to make note of is OPRK1, and that is the gene for the kappa opioid receptor, and OPRM1, which is the gene for the mu opioid receptor. So drug addiction entails a chronic compulsion for drug use. So it usually starts with casual recreational use and then progresses to that compulsive drug seeking and intake. Drug addiction